Hi beauties, it's me ZsjaZsja and welcome back to ZsjaZsja Live. Today I wanted to pop in and show you beauties a cute little palette that I got from Morphe Brushes. This little palette was released by Morphe Brushes for the holiday season, and I think they released 4 of these kind of mini palettes, and this one is the 12P palette. And this palette has 12 beautiful shades, as you can see here. So you can see here the difference in sizes. This is the little miniature palette, and this is their regular sized eyeshadow palettes. And every single one of these colors are a matte finish. The eyeshadow look that I'm wearing today is from this palette. I use this palette exclusively. I do have a makeup tutorial on this look as well, and I'll be showing that at the very end of the video. So make sure you stay tuned to the very end if you'd like to see the makeup tutorial. So I'm going to do some hand swatches for you beauties of these colors so that you can kind of see the pigmentation and the color payoff and all of that wonderful stuff. So first of all, I just want to mention that the colors that I used today on my eyes were this navy blue shade, this green, which is kind of a hunter green, and I used this red here, and I used the white shade. And one of the things that really caught my eye about this palette was the fact that there was a navy blue in this palette. And I don't know about you beauties, but I can never really seem to find a palette that has navy blue in there. Is it just me? Am I not looking in the right places? I don't know, but that was one of the things that really caught my eye with this palette. Also, I want to mention I saw a similarity in this palette and the Viseart, it's called like Bright Matte Editorial or something like that. But Viseart, if you're familiar with that brand, they sell it at Sephora, and their palettes are $80. Or $90, I think, for 12 shades. And they have a palette that looks very, very similar to this one. I don't actually own that particular palette, but I was just kind of looking at pictures, and the colors are very similar. Even the layout of the palette is very similar. So I thought that was interesting. Like I said, I don't own the Viseart palette, so I can't really compare the formulas and the pigmentation or anything like that. So I'm just merely going on the way the palette looks and the way the colors look on pictures. The other thing I want to mention about these colors is when I was dipping my brush into them, I did notice a lot of fallout with these. They are very powdery, and I don't know, these don't seem to be as creamy as the regular sized eyeshadow palette colors that I have in my collection. And I have, I believe, 4 of their full-sized eyeshadow palettes. And those colors are all very creamy and buttery in consistency. And I do experience fallout with those, but it's not like a powder fallout, and the pigmentation, I would say, is a little more intense. So I've zoomed in so you can see the palette a little bit more up close and personal. And the colors are beautiful here in the palette. And then let's go ahead and swatch this bottom row first. And then do the swatches here. So there they are on my hand there. The yellow is not as pigmented as the other colors. So now we'll move on to this middle row right here. Right here. Let me pick up a little bit more on the orange. And then now our top row here, go ahead and swatch these. Get a little bit more of that green, the blue. So I'm sure you could tell by these swatches that the colors are absolutely gorgeous and they're very pigmented. However, when you're using these, the texture is very soft in my opinion, and that does cause quite a bit of fallout. So I noticed when I was doing this eye look today, I really had to make sure that I tapped off the excess product from the brush, because if you just dip into the product and pick up all of that kind of dust, oh my goodness, you're gonna have so much fallout, you're gonna have so much cleanup. If you just dip into the product, tap off the excess, and then go to apply on your eyes, it definitely helps a lot and you don't have the fallout. The other thing, I think I mentioned this earlier, that some of the colors you do have to dip your brush in a couple times and apply a couple coats just to really get an opaque, pigmented look. But then again, if you think about it, the fact that these colors are so bright, but yet you can put them on with a light hand, really means that you can wear them more for every day. They'll be more wearable. And then when you want a more dramatic look, all you have to do is just kind of build the colors by applying more layers. So that makes the palette a little more versatile, which is a good thing. So it just kind of depends on your perspective, I guess. Definitely if you like bright colors and if you want something that's affordable and something that you can certainly travel with, I think this is an excellent option for you. And if you beauties are interested in this colorful eye look, then make sure you stay tuned. I'm ZsjaZsja, and this has been ZsjaZsja Live. And I certainly hope to see you beauties in the next video. Bye-bye.